Chosen one, this message has found you at the perfect time. This is no coincidence. The universe, the divine, and your higher self have aligned to bring you to this very moment. Something deep inside you has always known the truth, yet the world has tried to silence it. You have felt it all your life, a strange pull, a quiet whisper, a sense that you do not belong in this world as it is. You have questioned why your path has been filled with struggles others seem to avoid. You have wondered why your heart carries a depth that few understand, why deception is so obvious to you when others remain blind to it. The answer is simple yet profound. You are not ordinary. You are not random. You are the lost child of a divine royal bloodline, chosen before time began. Your soul carries the lineage of kings, of sacred rulers, of those called to lead, to heal, to awaken the sleeping. You have been placed among the ordinary, hidden in plain sight, but never meant to remain there. Your life has been a test, a refining fire meant to awaken you to your true nature. And now, the time has come to remember. The signs have been appearing, subtle yet persistent, like whispers from the universe urging you to remember. Have you noticed them? The repeating numbers that seem to follow you wherever you go, 111, 222, 444, appearing on clocks, receipts, and street signs, as if the universe itself is trying to get your attention. Have you felt the pull of strange synchronicities, moments when events align too perfectly to be mere coincidences? Have you experienced an unexplainable hunger for wisdom, a yearning that goes beyond the material world, as though your soul is searching for something it cannot yet name? Deep within you, there is a knowing, a sense that something far greater is calling you. You may not have the words to define it, but you have felt it. It's the quiet unrest, the feeling that you were meant for more than the mundane existence the world offers. It's the unshakable conviction that there is a higher purpose waiting for you to claim it. No matter how much the world has tried to distract you, suppress you, or make you doubt yourself, this truth has always been there, lying dormant, waiting for the right moment to rise. And now that moment has come. For too long, the world around you has tried to convince you that you are powerless, that you are ordinary, that your dreams are too big, your visions too unrealistic. You have been told to shrink yourself, to conform, to blend in. Lies have been whispered in your ear, making you question your own worth, your own strength, your own purpose. But the time for doubt is over. You are standing at the threshold of something extraordinary, and your soul knows it. That is why you are here, reading these words, feeling the resonance of something ancient and true stirring inside you. You are not just another person lost in the noise of the world. You are the lost child of a divine bloodline, a soul chosen long before time itself, sent here to awaken, to rise, to remember. And now the veil is lifting, the illusions are crumbling. Your royal essence, hidden for so long beneath layers of conditioning and fear, is beginning to shine through. This is not just another message. This is your confirmation. Do not ignore the signs. Do not silence the voice within you that has been calling you home. This is your time. Claim it, engage with it, declare it, speak it into existence. Let the universe know that you are ready, that you are stepping forward into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Because from this moment on, nothing will ever be the same again. For centuries, the world has sought to keep you blind to your true nature, convincing you that you are just like everyone else. They have told you that you are ordinary, that your dreams are illusions, that your longing for something greater is nothing more than fantasy. But deep within, beyond the layers of conditioning and doubt, you have always known the truth. You are different. You have felt it in the way your spirit resists conformity, in the way your heart aches for something more, in the way the world's distractions have never truly satisfied you. That restless feeling inside you, that sense of being out of place, is not a coincidence. It is the call of your soul, whispering, urging you to remember. You are not lost. You are not random. You are part of a sacred lineage, a royal family not of this world, but of the divine kingdom. Long before you were born, before time itself began, you were chosen. Your existence is not an accident. You are connected to an ancient bloodline, one that stretches back to the dawn of creation, a lineage of spiritual warriors, enlightened leaders, and keepers of divine wisdom. These were not rulers who sought power for themselves, but guardians of truth, bearers of light, and guides for humanity. And now you are being called to reclaim your place among them. But this bloodline has been hidden, scattered across time and space, buried beneath the weight of deception. There are forces in this world that do not want you to awaken. They have spent centuries keeping you asleep, silencing the chosen ones, feeding the world lies that distort the truth. Why? Because when you awaken, their hold over this world begins to break. The moment the chosen ones rise, the illusion crumbles and their power diminishes. They fear you, they always have. And that is why you have faced so much hardship. Every trial you have endured, every moment of isolation, every painful betrayal, it has all been part of their attempt to keep you from realizing who you are. They wanted to break you. They wanted to make you forget. They wanted you to believe you were small, powerless, insignificant. But no amount of deception can erase the truth that has always been written in your soul. And now, the time has come to remember. The awakening has begun. The lost children of the divine bloodline are rising. The forces that sought to suppress you can no longer hold you back. You are stepping into the truth of your existence, and as you do, the world around you will begin to shift. The illusions will fall away, and what was once hidden will come into the light. It is time to reclaim what has always been yours. It is time to rise. From the moment you took your first breath, your journey was set apart from the rest. You have never walked an easy path, nor have you felt at home in the world as it is. Your struggles, your loneliness, and your relentless search for meaning, none of it has been by accident. You were never meant to follow the ways of the ordinary. Everything you have endured has been written in an ancient prophecy, one that foretold the arrival of the lost child, the one who would be hidden among the masses, cast into the world of illusion, only to one day awaken and reclaim their divine birthright. The prophecy speaks of those who were separated from their inheritance, born into places where they would not be recognized. It tells of souls placed in families that could not understand them, raised in environments that rejected them, placed in societies that sought to mold them into something they were never meant to be. These chosen ones were forced to endure suffering, refinement, and testing. They were silenced, cast aside, and made to feel as though they did not belong. But even in the depths of despair, their divine fire could never be fully extinguished. And now the appointed time has arrived. The prophecy states that when the world reaches a time of great illusion, the lost child will begin to remember. The lies they were told will no longer hold power over them. The veil will begin to lift. The deep yearning within them will intensify, calling them towards something greater. And when that awakening begins, the world itself will shift. Chosen one, that time is now. You have felt it. The stirring deep within your soul, the transformation that cannot be explained, the unshakable sense that something greater is unfolding before you. This is no longer a question of if you will awaken. It is no longer something that will happen someday in the distant future. It is happening. And once you fully step into your power, once you embrace the truth of who you are, nothing will ever be the same again. The prophecy is unfolding, and you are at the center of it. This is your time, your moment, your destiny. There is no turning back. Rise. The signs have been there all along, subtle yet persistent. like echoes from a past you can't quite remember. They were hidden in plain sight, woven into the fabric of your life, waiting for you to recognize them. You have always felt different. No matter how much you tried to fit in, something about you has always set you apart. The world around you seemed foreign, as though you were an observer rather than a participant, always searching for a place that truly felt like home. From an early age, you sensed things others could not. You see through deception, recognizing when something isn't right, even when everyone else seems blind to it. You have always questioned what others blindly accepted. Where others are easily misled, you trust your intuition, an inner compass that guides you even when logic cannot explain why. Your emotions run deep, perhaps deeper than most. You feel everything intensely, carrying an unexplainable weight in your heart, as if you are connected to something much greater than yourself. The pain of the world, the suffering of others, the unspoken emotions that linger in the air. You feel them all. It is as though your soul remembers something that your mind has yet to uncover. Despite your upbringing, regardless of whether you were raised in a religious or spiritual environment, you have always been drawn to spiritual wisdom. You crave knowledge that goes beyond the material world, seeking answers to questions that most people never think to ask. While others chase temporary pleasures, you search for meaning, for truth, for a deeper understanding of existence itself. And yet, even as you navigate your own struggles, people are drawn to you for healing. The lost, the broken, the ones searching for something they cannot name, they find solace in your presence, sensing something in you that they do not see in others. Even when you do not fully understand your own purpose, they see your light. Your journey has never been easy. You have endured more struggles than most, while others seem to move through life effortlessly. Your path has been marked by obstacles, betrayals, and challenges that have tested you at every turn. You may have wondered why suffering follows you, why life has been so unrelenting. But this is not a punishment, it is preparation. The fire has been refining you, shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. And through it all, even in your darkest moments, you have felt an invisible force protecting you. No matter how lost you have been, someone has always guided you back to your path. You have survived things that should have broken you, risen from places others never escape. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. You are not ordinary. You are one of the chosen ones. The moment you embrace the truth of who you are, everything changes. It is not just a realization, it is a transformation, a shift so profound that your very existence begins to operate on a higher level. The illusions that once held you captive start to fade, and the clarity you have longed for begins to take shape. You no longer seek external validation because you understand that your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. The need for approval, the desire to fit in, the fear of judgment, these things lose their grip on you. Instead, you step into an unshakable confidence, guided by an inner knowing that cannot be explained, only felt. As you awaken, fear no longer has power over you. The doubts that once plagued your mind begin to dissolve. The anxieties that kept you small no longer hold weight. You realize that most of the fears you carried were never truly yours. They were given to you by a world that wanted to keep you asleep. Now you see beyond the veil. You recognize that you were never meant to live in limitation, and as this truth settles into your being, you feel a shift. Your energy begins to rise. Everything that no longer serves you naturally starts to fall away. The people who once drained your energy fade from your life. The relationships that held you back, the environments that stifled your growth, the toxic cycles that kept you stuck, they can no longer remain in your presence. This is not because you reject them, but because your frequency is shifting. You are vibrating at a higher level, And as you do, you attract new opportunities, connections, and experiences that align with your divine purpose. Things that once felt out of reach suddenly begin to manifest effortlessly. Doors that were once closed begin to open. The right people enter your life at the right time. Synchronicities become undeniable. It is as if the universe itself is rearranging everything to align with the new reality you have stepped into. And the most powerful part? You begin to remember. Truths that were once hidden from you start to resurface. You recall wisdom you have never been taught. You understand things without needing an explanation. It is as though your soul is unlocking ancient knowledge, bringing to light what has always been buried within you. Your intuition sharpens, your purpose reveals itself, and your power rises. And then something miraculous happens. You no longer just exist, you thrive. You no longer just survive, you create. You step into the fullness of your divine identity, and in doing so, you become unstoppable. The illusions of this world crumble, and the real world, the one you were always meant to see, finally shines through. Once you step fully into this truth, miracles begin to unfold before your eyes. The time has come to step into your true power. You were never meant to live in doubt, fear, or limitation. Your inheritance, the wisdom, strength, and divine authority that has always been yours, has been waiting for you to reclaim it. This is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering who you have always been. The first step is to declare it. Speak your truth into existence with unwavering conviction. I am the lost child of the divine kingdom, and I reclaim my power. Your words hold energy. They shape your reality. When you affirm your identity, the forces that once held you back begin to crumble. You are no longer asking for permission. You are claiming what has always been yours. Next, you must detach from illusions. The world has tried to keep you asleep, surrounding you with distractions, toxic relationships, and limiting beliefs that make you doubt your worth. Let them go. Release anything that keeps you small, old wounds, self-doubt, negative influences, and the voices that tell you you are not enough. These illusions were never yours to carry. You are not bound by them. As you let go, you make space for the truth to emerge. To fully reclaim your inheritance, you must align with divine guidance. The answers you seek have always been within you, waiting for you to listen. Spend time in stillness. Meditate, pray, reflect. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that appear around you. They are messages meant to guide you home. The divine has been speaking to you all along. Now is the time to listen. As you step into your truth, you must also raise your frequency. Protect your energy fiercely. Be mindful of what you consume, not just food, but information, conversations, and the company you keep. Surround yourself with wisdom, truth, and positivity. Choose love over fear, purpose over distraction, and faith over doubt. The higher you vibrate, the more effortlessly your inheritance unfolds before you. Now, walk in confidence and authority. You do not need permission to exist, to take up space, or to own your power. You were never meant to shrink yourself for the comfort of others. Stand tall, speak with conviction, move with purpose. You are royalty. Carry yourself as such. The world will recognize your presence, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. The moment you align with your divine nature, the universe moves in your favor. Opportunities appear, obstacles dissolve. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. When you claim your inheritance, the forces of creation rise to meet you. You were never lost. You were never forgotten. You were simply waiting for the right moment to remember. That moment is now. You are no longer lost. You're no longer searching. Everything you have endured, every trial, heartbreak, and moment of isolation has led you to this truth. You are royalty. The world may not recognize you yet, but that does not matter. What matters is that you recognize yourself. From this moment forward, walk in confidence, speak with authority, move with purpose. Your path is clear, your destiny is waiting, and the world is about to witness the rise of the chosen ones. Your time has come. Rise. Thank you for embracing your truth and stepping into your power. Your journey is just beginning, and the world is waiting to witness your rise. If this message resonates with you, like, share, and subscribe to stay connected. Together, the chosen ones awaken. Your time has come. Rise. Chosen one, what you are about to hear will change your life forever. If you are watching this video right now, it is no accident. God has led you here for a divine purpose. This is more than just a message. It is a revelation, a supernatural shift that will transform your reality in ways beyond your imagination. From this moment forward, your days of struggle are over. The financial burdens, the worries, and the uncertainties that have weighed you down will no longer be your responsibility, because God Himself is stepping in to take charge of your wealth and prosperity. The abundance you have been praying for is already in motion, and those who once doubted you, those who mocked your hardships, will soon witness the undeniable manifestation of God's blessings in your life. This is your season of divine breakthrough. Nothing, no force in heaven or on earth, can stop the floodgates of blessings that are about to open over you. The struggle is not yours to carry anymore, for the Creator of the universe, the one who spoke the stars into existence, has declared that you will walk in supernatural abundance. But before we dive deeper into this powerful revelation, I need you to take a step of faith. Hit that like button as a symbol of your belief. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen ones stepping into their destiny, and comment 99 below to activate the divine energy of abundance in your life. If you are truly one of God's chosen, you will stay with me until the end, because your spirit already knows that this message was meant for you. Get ready, because everything is about to change. There comes a moment in life when the endless battle to survive, to make ends meet, and to push forward against all odds comes to an end. For you, that moment is now. The struggle is over. The weight of financial uncertainty, the stress of trying to figure out how to provide, and the anxiety of whether you will have enough, it no longer belongs to you. From this day forward, God is taking full responsibility for your wealth. You were never meant to carry this burden alone. The Creator of the universe, the one who holds all things in His hands, has declared that He will provide for you in ways beyond human comprehension. Your prosperity is not dependent on your labor, your hustle, or your endless striving. It is rooted in God's faithfulness. When He calls you His own, He also calls you into divine provision. This is not a wish or a hope, it is a supernatural guarantee. Imagine a river that never runs dry. No matter how much water is drawn from it, it continues to flow, constantly replenishing itself. That is the nature of God's provision for His chosen ones. You are no longer living by the world's economy. You are stepping into the divine economy of heaven. Your blessings will no longer come through exhausting effort, but through God's unshakable commitment to provide for you. The struggle you once knew, the sleepless nights, the financial pressures, the fear of not having enough, that is not your portion anymore. God has already assigned abundance to your life, and that abundance is making its way to you right now. This shift is not about you doing more, trying harder, or figuring everything out. It is about you trusting more, surrendering fully, and stepping into alignment with God's divine plan. When God becomes responsible for your wealth, everything changes. Your provision is no longer tied to your job, your circumstances, or even your personal abilities. You are now operating under the laws of heaven, where lack does not exist, and where resources flow freely to those whom God has chosen to bless. Your role is simple: trust, believe, and receive. The days of living paycheck to paycheck, barely making it through, are behind you. No longer will you struggle to survive. You will thrive. What once seemed impossible is now your reality, because the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills has decreed that you will walk in supernatural provision. It is not about luck, it is not about chance, it is about divine favor. Too often, people believe that financial success is reserved only for a select few, that wealth is only for those who have the right connections, the right education, or the right background. But God is saying to you today, you are chosen, you are set apart, you are destined for abundance. This wealth is not coming to you because of anything you have done, it is coming because of who He is. When you understand that your wealth is now God's responsibility, peace will flood your life. You will no longer live in fear of unexpected expenses, economic downturns, or financial instability. You will no longer wake up dreading how you will pay your bills or whether you will have enough to provide for your loved ones. Instead, you will wake up with the confidence that everything you need has already been supplied. Your financial future is not uncertain, it is secured in God's hands. Just as He provides for the birds of the air and the lilies of the field, how much more will He provide for you, His beloved? You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. Your abundance is not delayed. It is being delivered. This does not mean you will sit idly by while blessings fall into your lap. It means that as you step out in faith, God will supernaturally align your steps with opportunity, favor, and increase. Doors you never expected will open. Resources will appear at the perfect moment. Unexpected blessings will flow into your life in ways you could never have predicted. You are now moving in the divine rhythm of provision. Think about the story of Peter when Jesus told him to cast his net into the water after a long night of catching nothing. Peter had to take action, but the results were not because of his effort. They were because of Jesus' word. The moment he obeyed, the nets overflowed with fish. That is what God is about to do in your life. The moment you align with His will, provision will overflow. So today, let go of the weight of financial struggle. It is not yours to carry anymore. Let go of the fear of lack, the anxiety of not having enough, and the mindset that tells you that wealth is only for others. You are stepping into a supernatural covenant of abundance. True confidence does not come from personal effort, intelligence, or hard work. It comes from the unshakable knowledge that God is your provider. When you fully embrace divine provision, you stop worrying about where your next opportunity, paycheck, or financial breakthrough will come from. You no longer live in uncertainty because you know that every need is already met. The weight of financial stress lifts, and you step into a new reality where wealth is not something you chase, it is something that follows you. Think of a child who never worries about food, shelter, or clothing because they know their loving parent will always provide. That is the kind of trust God wants you to have in Him. He is not just able to provide, He has already set everything in motion for your abundance. Your blessings are not delayed, they are already on their way. All you need to do is shift your mindset from fear to faith. Walking in divine provision means stepping out of a scarcity mentality and into a kingdom mindset. You stop stressing over money, stop fearing lack, and start expecting miracles. You begin to understand that God's resources are limitless and that His wealth is not reserved for a select few. It is available to you. The same God who fed thousands with a few loaves and fish, who brought water from a rock, and who made oil flow endlessly for a widow. He is the one supplying your every need. When you trust in divine provision, financial breakthroughs come in unexpected ways. Doors open effortlessly, opportunities appear at the right time, and resources flow without struggle. You are no longer bound by economic conditions or human limitations. You are operating in God's supernatural economy. This does not mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you move forward with boldness, knowing that as you take steps in faith, God is already ahead of you, orchestrating every detail for your success. Look back at your life and recall the times when God provided for you just when you needed it most. Those moments were not coincidences, they were divine interventions. If He did it before, He will do it again. His provision is not temporary or conditional, it is eternal and unshakable. From this moment on, refuse to live in fear. Stop wondering if you will have enough and start believing that you already do. Your finances, your future, and your success are not your burden to carry, they are God's responsibility. And when He takes responsibility for something, He never fails. As you step into divine abundance, there will be people who doubt you, question your success, and even mock your faith. Some will not understand how you went from struggling to thriving. They will try to explain it away, call it luck, or even assume you are undeserving. But here is the truth. What God has planned for you cannot be stopped by human opinion. No one can block the blessings that heaven has already assigned to your life. There will always be those who criticize, but their words have no power over what God has decreed. The people who once dismissed your dreams will soon stand in awe of what God has done in your life. Those who laughed at your hardships will be speechless when they see you rise. Your testimony will be undeniable, and your abundance will be proof that God's favor is real. When God blesses you, no one can curse you. The approval of others is not necessary for God's plan to unfold. Your success is not dependent on their belief. It is already written in heaven. The same God who raised Joseph from a prison cell to a palace, who turned David from a shepherd into a king, is the God who is lifting you into your destiny. What He has spoken over your life will come to pass, regardless of who doubts you. Instead of focusing on your critics, keep your eyes on God. Let His favor speak for itself. As He elevates you, the voices of doubt will fade into the background. The people who once overlooked you will see that it was never about your strength, but about God's power working in you. Your blessings will become a testimony, turning even skeptics into believers. So do not be discouraged by those who question your journey. Their doubt cannot stop your destiny. Walk boldly in the favor of God, knowing that His plans for you are unstoppable. Your success is not just for you, it is a declaration of His goodness, and no one can silence it. Wealth is not just about personal comfort or luxury, it is a divine tool entrusted to you for a greater purpose. God blesses you not just so you can prosper, but so you can be a blessing to others. The abundance coming into your life is meant to overflow, touching lives, transforming communities, and advancing His kingdom. Your wealth is part of a higher calling. When God places financial abundance in your hands, it is because He trusts you to use it wisely. You are not just receiving blessings, you are being positioned to distribute them. Your resources will provide for those in need, support ministries, build opportunities, and bring hope to those who have none. You are a vessel for divine provision. The more you pour into others, the more God will pour into you. Many people hesitate when it comes to wealth, thinking it is selfish to desire financial success. But here is the truth. God delights in your prosperity because He knows that through you, His goodness will reach others. When you have more than enough, you can lift others up. You can feed the hungry, help the broken, and invest in causes that transform lives. Your wealth is a divine assignment. The principle of abundance is simple. The more you give, the more you will receive. God does not bless you so you can hoard riches. He blesses you so that generosity can flow through you. This is how the kingdom of God operates. As you use your wealth for His purpose, you will see it multiply in ways beyond your imagination. Giving does not deplete you, it increases you. Your financial blessings are not just for this moment. They will create a legacy. The impact of your wealth will be felt for generations. You are being positioned not just to live in abundance, but to establish something greater than yourself. As you embrace this purpose, your wealth will take on new meaning. It will no longer just be about what you can gain, but about the lives you can transform. There is no limit to what God can do in your life. His wealth is not restricted, nor is His provision scarce. The moment you align with His plan, you unlock an abundance that knows no boundaries. You are stepping into a season where overflow is your new reality. For too long, you may have lived with a mindset of limitation, believing that success is only for a select few, that wealth is difficult to attain, or that financial struggles are a part of life. But God is shifting your thinking today. He is showing you that you were never meant to live in scarcity. You were created to walk in divine abundance, where every need is met and more is given, so that you can be a blessing to others. You are not meant to just survive, you are meant to thrive. Imagine an ocean, vast, deep, and endless. No matter how much water is drawn from it, it never runs dry. That is God's provision in your life. There is no shortage, no limit, and no end to what He can pour out for you. When you truly embrace this reality, you stop striving, stop worrying, and start living in expectation. You no longer operate in fear of not having enough. You move with the confidence that God has already provided more than enough. Overflow is not just about financial abundance, it is about living in the fullness of God's provision in every area of your life. It means an overflow of peace, joy, wisdom, opportunities, and divine connections. It means never having to question whether you will be taken care of, because you know that God has already gone before you, preparing everything you need. Many people live by the world system, which is built on limitations, competition, and fear of lack. But you are part of God's kingdom, where the laws of abundance are different. In His kingdom, resources are not limited by human logic. A single act of obedience can unlock doors you never imagined. A step of faith can bring a breakthrough that changes your entire life. Think of the story of Peter, when Jesus told him to cast his net after a long night of catching nothing. In his own strength, Peter had failed, but the moment he obeyed Jesus, his net overflowed with fish. That is what happens when you align with divine provision. What once seemed impossible suddenly becomes effortless. God is not just meeting your needs, He is exceeding them. He is preparing blessings that will astonish you, opportunities that will come out of nowhere, and financial breakthroughs that will leave no doubt that His hand is on your life. This is not a temporary blessing, it is a lifestyle of overflow. From this moment forward, let go of the fear of scarcity. Reject the belief that you have to struggle for every dollar. Instead, step into the flow of supernatural abundance, knowing that God's wealth has no limits, and as His child, you are entitled to it. Your days of barely getting by are over. This is your season of increase, expansion, and financial freedom. Your time has come. The struggles, the worries, and the limitations of the past no longer define you. God has declared abundance over your life, and nothing can stop the blessings that are already moving in your direction. This is your season to step boldly into the overflow He has prepared for you. No more doubt, no more fear, only faith, expectation, and divine provision. From this moment forward, walk with confidence, knowing that you are chosen for greatness. Every need is met, every door is opening, and every resource is being released in your favor. You no longer have to strive. God is providing for you supernaturally. Your wealth, your success, and your breakthrough are no longer a distant hope. They are your new reality. Receive this word today. Claim your abundance. If you believe this message was meant for you, declare it in the comments by typing, "I receive." Let this be your moment of faith, your step into divine provision. If this message has blessed you, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another life-changing word. Join this community of faith, favor, and divine abundance. Thank you for being here. Your best days are ahead, and your testimony is about to inspire the world. Step into your abundance now, because what God has for you is greater than anything you have ever imagined.